All right. Peace, y'all. Peace, everybody. I'm gonna give a couple more people some time to get on before I type into this channeling. Welcome. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, future videos. All right. Hit that thumbs up so we can get into it and talk about why the masculine can't. Definitely got this recommendation from a subscriber. She asked me to do a video, and it's kind of crazy because I was just thinking about it anyway today. So I'm just jump on here. The frequency is definitely real out here. It's definitely real. I guess we're starting to feel the same vibrations, intensity, separation, unity, the frequency, y'all. And we must understand it on that level. We can't take things at face value these days. You know? You have to use what God has given you, or your most high has given you. And this is what I'm trying to teach you, right? How to identify your inner self so that way you can reap, so that you can use your soul, your intuition, your divine, your God, your most high, whatever it is you want to call it, to see through people because they're telling you every day, all day, that people are not who they say they are. All right. I know it's gonna get real deep because it's wake up time and you will be tested, not just by your partner, but the world itself, people in it, places, things you do. You'll be tested every time. All right. So you got to be mentally, emotionally, and physically ready for this. All right, because you're gonna shift. It's gonna be all kinds of shifts, and people not gonna be able to handle this. So what you must do is focus on you and your healing. If you focus on everybody else's healing, you will lose track of your own. And this is what happened to us in the beginning. We lost train of thought. So, um, this is why a lot of our masculines can't see us. They can be right in front of you, right? They could be all inside you, all that, all around you, calling your phone, texting you at times when they want to, but they still can't, for some reason, see the inside of you, the inner self of you again, because y'all have shifted. You're no longer vibing on that frequency. Okay. So I've done a video before about this, so it's almost like a part two or part three, but it's more like staring in the mirror, but you don't know your worth. You assume your worth. Your worth is, oh, I just put on some lashes, I look good. Instead of saying I look good without it. Confronting your flaws, right? And they don't like it. A lot of them don't like when you confront them and tell them about themselves. But you got to keep doing it. You got to. That's what the mirror does. What you supposed to do? Say nothing. Knowledge is power. Each one teach one. So you're teaching them, and if they can't handle it, they will run. You tell them, hey, look, and I don't mean like nagging about it. Don't be a repeated broken record about it. You will know what to say when your consciousness say, when your soul says, or your intuition guides you. You will know. You know, it's not gonna be easy, y'all. It's about to get real rough, and all this it's gonna test you. You get tested every day, but the longer it takes the masculine to wake up, Now you gotta understand, like I'm talking to those who on this journey for real. I'm not talking to those who's not on the journey for real and just hopping on the journey because they want to be mentally obsessed over someone. It's not the same. It seems the same, but it's not. It's no different from your shifts. You're shifting and you elevate. Your masculine hasn't elevated. So you're like, okay, well, how did they elevate? Right? How did you elevate? You woke up. So this is why it's important for you to love yourself because you will see how you shift and you will know what they need to do to shift. And you will tell them, hey, look, because it's not supposed to control you. Like how they say, you know, you wear the clothes don't wear you. That's the same that's the same concept. You are the soul. You control the body. The soul controls the body. The body don't control the soul. And a lot of people are being controlled by the body. This is what they want to do, right? They want you to be upset. They want you to be controlled. That's why they call it the matrix. It's very important. I like to reference these things because this has everything to do with your partner. This has everything to do with your journey. And these little nitbits that you get out here, it's out there. The truth is out here. But people are in so much denial. They don't want to be woke from their little slumber. Your masculine can't see you because he don't want to be woke from his little slumber. His little thought that he can control his reality. That his reality was given unto him. Instead of his reality given unto him and he must fulfill his purpose. He wants to take out God. And this is the issue. People that live that way, you guys got to understand, you don't have to be famous in order to sell your soul. Sell out on it. Technically, you can't sell your soul. Your soul ain't for sale. But you can sell out on it, which means you could go the other way. When your soul tell you to turn right, you're going left. That's selling out. You yourself have sold out. That's why you awoken. That's why you awaken now. So you woke up. You realize, wow, I was a sellout this whole time. You will see the difference between you and other people. That's why it's important. That's self-love. Self-love is learning who you are so that you can identify what's going on with your partner because you are their mirror. And then on a divine level, you guys are together already. You were created together. On the physical, you was divided. Life is just an experiment. But see, they take it and they abuse it. Or if it's life is just an experience and so on, so forth, then I'm gonna have the experience I want to have based off of the illusion that the matrix has planted for me. See, God didn't plant this toxic frequency of lust over love. God didn't do that. Man did that. And I don't mean like men as far as like man as in being, physical beings. We did this. We're all guilty by association. And this is why they can't see you. Because you became the product of it. I had my masculine over around me the other day, and he said to me, I wish I met you without makeup on. Then I would have loved your physical for you. I wouldn't have wanted to desire you with your lashes and your lipstick and your weave on and shit, looking like some kind of Hollywood star. He used to call me Hollywood because I would look like the Hollywood girls, right? And these are things that's the truth. And I had to confess to my guiltiness of wearing a mask. So now my masculine has to see me without makeup on. And he has to say, okay, well, that's not what I'm used to. I know you're in there somewhere, but it doesn't appeal to my eyes because your lashes is not 100, like, it's not damn near an inch long. I always had long hair, but I just wore because I had worked for like this company called Body Central. So you had to wear that shit there. And when he used to see me, I would get off of work. I don't always wear makeup. I had to wear it due to fashion and trend. at my local store. I didn't do it for celebrity. I did it because my manager was like, "You got to wear makeup when you come in here." Every time I walked in, it was crazy. You like don't come in here without makeup. You got to wear makeup. That's part of your uniform. I always had to wear something that the store. You had to wear something at the store. Y'all know how retail work. So I had to do it. It's not because I did it because I was insecure of myself. And I just want y'all to know that. Disclaimer on that one. It's not because I did it. That was probably the first time in my life I had to actually wear makeup every other 2 or 3 days because I had to work for a company that I had to promote their business. I was in the matrix. This is what happens when you're in the matrix. You're not on your path, and this deception happens. And mind you, I've been on this journey with my masculine for we're going on 10 years now. Going on 10 years now, off and on, dealing with the battles of society. Can't change everybody around us. We just got to change ourselves. The masculine can't see us because they're not strong enough to see beyond the illusion and focus on themselves. They don't have enough self love. And am I comparing my masculine to anybody else? No, but I'm speaking the truth because I see it out here. As a woman who is in her 30s, I've seen this growing up. So you learn. When you're not entertaining the bullshit, you learn. Hey, wait a minute, don't go there. That don't work there. That don't sound right. You question. And as you should question. As a being, you question. As a human being having a human experience, you question things. And you want to make sure that you're making the right move. And the moment you question, your intuition will answer. So when the masculine sees you and they question, is this the one for me? They say yes. And you and the boat, y'all both will hear this. Y'all both will hear it and feel it. But one decides that they can't accept. One decides they don't want to do it. So what does that make them? And I keep telling you, what does that make this person who is a deceiver of his own mind? A devil. Don't say, oh, you got the right to live. It's different. When you're in the matrix, yeah. When you're in the matrix, people gonna live how they want to live, yes. But when you're in the real reality of that, a world within a world, you're in the real world, which is the one God planted for you, and you're in your purpose, you have to abide by the rules. So a lot of y'all say, okay, the masculine don't love me. They don't know how to love you. They were not taught how to love you. And this is why they can't love you. Only you can teach them how to love you by loving you. You have to reflect what it is that you want from them. Don't post hate on social media. First of all, they always watching you. They may not reach out, but they always watching you because a lot of them have narcissistic traits where they got to be sneaky about it. They need entertainment. Okay, they need to be entertained because they live in a matrix. When you no longer live in the matrix, you don't want to be entertained. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. A lot of us feminines have one foot in the matrix and one foot out. If you're all the way out, you'll still be living, but you'll be living according to you and your soul. Your soul's not gonna let you starve. But y'all don't trust enough. Y'all don't like to take that leap of faith. So you got one foot in and one foot out. And some masculines do too. Like my masculine, he got one foot in and one foot out. Me, I'm all the way out. I just don't care for the matrix anymore. Shit. I'm not gonna get too in detail with my life, but I can tell you it's definitely real when you fulfill your purpose and you get aligned. You don't want to be like the others. You want to be the Neil who the soul came to, which was, Morpheus came with the truth, and you had Trinity. Trinity would be the feminines who out the matrix, okay? Trinity was out of the matrix. She knew that he was the one, and not just the one to wake everybody up, but the one for her. And don't be like, oh, at the end of the movie, she died. Oh, we all gonna die. Get over that. That's one thing. That's another thing you gotta learn to let go. A lot of these masters hold on to death, fear of death. That's probably one of the first things you must let go in order to heal. Fear of death, because there's no such thing as death. It's only death of the body. And when you hold it on too much to your body, you tend to you don't want to lose it. It's not infinite. So you learn this. So you learn who you truly are in order to heal. The only way you're gonna heal from fear of death is by knowing that you are not the body, that you are consciousness in the body, that you are spirit, soul in the body, that you are God incarnated in the, because they're distracted. Entertainment is to entertain. Television is to tell your vision. And everybody's running around here, oh, the election. No, don't pay that no mind. Because it's telling you your vision. That's what, and you got the other one that want to keep you in. And the people that want to keep you in don't need you to do that. They already mastered the ability to do a lot of things. They're way beyond us. And this is why they do what they do. So you get your message and you don't look for a superhero but yourself. You are your own savior. The masculine does not have enough strength. They don't believe in being their own savior. So how can they find you as their savior? They can't even find you as the one, even though they found you because you went through hell fire to get through. See, that shows you just how powerful God is, the universe, most high, whatever you want to call it, is. That you can get through all this and yet you still found each other. That is the bright side you need to look at. That's the bright side you need to uphold. The honor for all these women twerking, yet you still found me. He might not can stay, but that'll show you he's still not strong enough. You gotta learn these things. It's just that simple. It gets simple. Your life will get better as soon as you accept the fact that he's just not strong enough. You want to believe that your masculine is strong enough. You want to. You want to believe that you can hold them up. You want to believe that you can love them to health. No, they got to do it themselves. So they won't see you. And then they run off and they go to these karmics because as you are in the matrix, so is the karmic. If they knew better, they would do better. But so they lack the knowledge of doing better. They lack the knowledge of knowing better. So they don't do better. So you have to fight the inner battle, which is soul within yourself, so that you could fight the battle. So that way you don't have to fight the battle here on physical. See, feminine, you master the ability to elevate and manifest, right? You master these elements, elevate and manifest. You know how to go up and come down, go up and come down. Masculine has not been in tune with his true self, at least enough to manifest down into the body where he can solely recognize you again. Because the body is ignorant to itself, it's ignoring itself. It's a glitch in the matrix. It does not want to comply because it's too much keeping it focused. Oh, I gotta go here. Oh, this one on my Instagram twerking this. And this is why I tell a lot of you women, cover up. Don't be a product of your demise. We entertain this shit, it will entertain our masculines, and so on and so forth, vice versa. We're doing this to ourselves. We're creating our own demise, and we're not being a product of the change. So we have to live with the consequences. The consequences is the fact that you just gonna have to live with the fact that you're not speaking up for truth. If you're afraid to talk about your connection, you don't even have to mention being twin flames. Just talk about it. Yo, I met a person who I solely recognize. And if people don't recognize that, you know where they at. You got to get deep. Then you will realize who's really married to someone and who's not. Who's married to somebody for their money and their bodies compared to somebody who's actually solely connected. It's a difference. Welcome everybody, peace. So it matters, you know. Like yeah, I'm in the twin flame community because that is what truly woke me up. I've had knowledge, but meeting my partner gave me power. So I jump all around the place. I'm not your normal tarot reader where you or your normal twin flame reader who just stay on topic. I get the fuck off topic because a lot of y'all want to know what is the work. How do you do it? How do I get where I'm at? Well, you got to get off topic. You got to get off topic. You got to face reality. When you go out there in the world, you got to face the fact that when you look at people in their face, you want to know if they real or if they not. And this time, when you meet people, you will now know how to identify a real motherfucker and a fake one, somebody who is conscious and somebody who is not, based off of the way they live. And now you can have some people running around here, because like I said, you got people who know how to falsify, they know how to put on a show, but your soul will tell you how to see the truth. Your intuition will be like, hey, listen, no, I don't think so. Real quick. And you just turn around, you don't owe nobody nothing. Even when you're dealing with your masculine, he's teaching you, believe it or not, he's teaching you on a 5D level, 4D level when he's not present. And this is what shook you, feminine. This is what shook you. The body left, but the soul didn't. And the soul just keep tapping you on your shoulder. Hey babe, what's up? I'm here. Can you see me? That's why I said to take unconditional love. Shit, my masculine do this shit to me all the time. And then he end up showing at my door randomly. I would be asleep. Like today, I was asleep, taking a nap. And he took like I was sleeping in a way. I was sleeping in the because I saw my masculine soul before. I seen my masculine soul. When I astral traveled out my body, my masculine was floating over me. And when my masculine saw me, I jumped back in my body because it was new to me. I knew I astral travel a lot, but seeing someone while I astral travel was different. Seeing him look at me, he knew I wasn't in my body. He see because he was floating over. You know how? Let me see. You know how Casper was floating over the little girl, and this is so long ago. This is coming to me now. How Casper was floating over the little girl because he liked her. He knew she was the one. So on and so forth. Just picture. I mean, it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but y'all gotta understand. The body is distracted. You gotta level up now. Shit, you gotta have a Casper the friendly ghost kind of relationship. Real shit. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. Believe me, it's real. Before I knew you, I knew you. That shit's real. It's deep. It's no different from people saying, if people could say, oh, well, your loved ones, they passed on, but they still here with us, but you can't see them. Same concept. The body is fine with the so it's a spirit now. And what it does is communicate with you on a spirit level. And you have to respect it on a spiritual level in order for it to manifest in the physical. My masculine's physical form does not 100% comply, but his soul does. So if I continue to love the soul, which I have, the body keep manifesting because the soul's gonna go hard. It's gonna go hard. Its whole purpose is to get to oneness. It's going hard. It's not gonna abandon ship because a few twerking on TV, a few bodybuilders on TV, a couple of cash. It's not gonna abandon ship on a spirit level because of that, because it knows the truth of who it is. It knows the truth, and this goes to all concepts. This is life. Love is one of the most strongest topics on this planet Earth. Everybody going to end up and needs to end up getting this information, no matter what field that they're in. It all ties together. It's all one message. It's just told in different ways. Just like school, it's different. You got classes, you got math, you got science, and all this and that. It just all teach you elevation. None of that shit matter anyway. None of that shit matters. Speaking English don't matter. Because technically you don't have to speak anything to communicate with anybody. A lot of y'all would say some people would say telepathy is not real. It's very real. You could have a conscious conversation with somebody who is very in tuned without saying anything. This was created. Language was created. That's why I said in Matrix, you're in the Matrix. Because you have to realize, oh, I'm in the Matrix. This all was created, but I'm a soul having an experience, and I see beyond that illusion. You ain't half of people ain't getting past it. This is the problem. People are not getting past the illusion. People are, oh my God, I love the illusion. I love the hell that I'm in. I love the hell that I'm in. You can't get past it. You can't get past it. So you don't go trying to wake people up if they don't want to wake up. Deliver your message, push forward. The masculine delivered his message to you and said, look, I'm real. I exist. I'm on planet Earth with you. But my body a little slow. And the body's slow because some of them have been through trauma in the past, clearly, or programmed by social medias, clearly. And you have to see that shit. Mind control is real. This is it. This is it. It's happening. As soon as you pick up the phone, boom, it does what? You see a bunch of turkey, right? And then what do? They go out and look for you in the world. But you don't fit the illusion that they painted. Just like they would say God, the most high soul spirit, has showed him their partner a long time ago. They showed him you. But here comes social media. Here come the Instagram models. Here come them Facebook models. Twerking and showing the man, changing the man's mind. Changing the man's mind. And it goes to both sides. I don't want people to be like, oh my God, that's just you just talking about. I'm talking about both sides too. But mostly on men's side because y'all just don't know how to control your little man key. Because you want to put it in every door. And you're unlocking shit. You're unlocking all kinds of hell and trauma that you can't handle. So real shit and vice versa. To the women too. I'm not asking you to see you as a physical being. I'm asking you to see you as a spirit. When you just see yourself as greatness, not just after you go. No more, not when you transition home. Who you are now, greatness within the body. They just come into your life to show you and remind you who you are. And once you realize who you are, you change your ways. When you accept, because a lot of y'all had got this soul recognition awakening, and you didn't accept either. You have to accept it. You have to accept the fact of the real reality, not the one they painted for you. You have to accept the real reality. Well, I would have been in a relationship this lifetime, but clearly the program got the best of my masculine, or vice versa. It's real shit, y'all. This is why you don't need to be upset. You don't need hate because you hate, and the hate is just going to reflect back to you. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to come inside of you, and it's going to hinder your growth because you hate. It's going to hinder your growth because you envy. Because that's all it's going to do. The universe is going to reflect to you at all times your own pain. That's why I said heal. So no, they're not going to see you. They're not going to see you because you're not in your divine empress frequency. So they're going to see you like they see everybody else. And some of y'all would say, well, Essence, you're not what your masculine. No, I refuse. Because if the spirit of my masculine say, okay, I'm here because I accept the soul more than I accept the body. You have to accept them unconditionally first. I accept the soul more than I accept the body. So when the body comes here and it's not aligned to itself, I have permission from him to let him go. He got more shit to learn. He got more karmic debt to figure out. I let him go, and that's different than saying I don't want anything with to do with the mind, body, or soul. I don't even want to exist at all. Ah, da, 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 da. That's different. It's different than saying I love you unconditionally, which means you love them for the every other level beyond the flesh. That you're gonna go with the flow. You're gonna learn. You're gonna heal. And then guess what? The body starts to come slowly but surely, learning on its own because your masculine's consciousness is laying next to you every day, especially if you're the chosen one. If you're the chosen one, you'll feel them. Even if you haven't met them yet, you will still feel this presence on you. This presence of love. This presence, they will touch on you, hold you, and protect you. And then they will guide you because they're guiding you. This is why I say they're always watching you. You see what I'm saying? You're always watching them. You're one, actually. So it's like, you're watching each other. Just picture yourself floating above the earth, right? Because this is what they do. They're floating above the earth, right? This is the one soul. This is the soul, right? Just floating, and it sees both of its counterparts, the feminine, masculine counterpart. Boom. Masculine, feminine, they out there dating. They over here like, look at these fools. Look at these fools in love down here. Look at these. Nah, turn around. You know what I'm saying? Patience. You don't need to intervene. See, you don't realize this is what's happening, but you don't need to intervene in the karmic situations. And if the karmic happen to cross your path, they will protect you and not the karmic. Because they told the karmic already she was never fit. But they went along anyway. I don't care. I'm gonna just fuck with him because he got money. I'm gonna fuck with him because he cute. I'm gonna fuck with him. He got a nice body. I'm gonna fuck with him and all this other stupid shit that they put in their head when with all this entertainment shit they put in their heads. They're not thinking for themselves. So they pay the price, right? So anyway, you're in the sky. This is the oneness, the one God in the sky. Like, okay, you guys vibe at a certain frequency. Now I'm not saying that like on a physical level you vibe at a certain frequency, which means one is enlightened more than the other. Or at least you're both enlightened, but one is in denial. Okay? But the souls stay the same. The souls match. It's like a puzzle. You know in them puzzles that you gotta match. You know when you do exams and shit, you gotta match, pull this way, cross them over and shit, whatever. It's like a puzzle. You gotta match the two. So your soul and that soul identify each other, but have not yet identified each other. So here come universe magnetically putting you guys together. Here, energetically point to you, like clockwise. Energetically point to you, and energetically point to you, and then they start to guide you guys together until you come together and cross paths. Some of y'all cross paths with your partner and you didn't even know, but Kundalini as a feminine, Kundalini rising, but I know as a feminine, my Kundalini rising was going off. It was like an orgasm after orgasm after orgasm, but it was more like a shot from the pelvic area, from the base down at the bottom to the brain. It wasn't from the brain down. It was from the bottom to the top, full activation. And I didn't know what was going on. It was going on for a year. I was like, what is that? Shooting up my damn spine. Shit, I didn't even realize, I didn't know this kind of knowledge. I was like, what is that, right? And I'm like asking questions, the universe gonna tell you, and all of a sudden when I met him, my body started ringing. My Kundalini was just bing. You know how when you go into the carnivals and it's this little thing, the little bell, and you gotta hit it with a hammer, and when you don't hit it hard enough, it ain't enough power, okay? But once you got confidence, and you lift that thing up and you hit, boom, that thing go up there and hit, ding. That's how I felt, straight from the bottom to the top. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, what is it? I thought it was just like, I don't know what I thought it was. I thought I was going through like a heat flash or something like that, or whatever. I'm not really studying all that anatomy like that. But I knew when I met him. When I met him, it was like my body was going ring, 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 ring. I'm like, oh my goodness, this what, you know? And I never even met him until, you know, it was at night, right? It was at night, and by it was honestly, I mean, we met by the beach, right? Not at the beach. It was at night on the beach. Like we didn't go on the beach, but it was by the beach, and he lived by the beach, close by the beach. So when we first met, I didn't really look at him. He was all covered up, shy. You know how men do. They always sweet in the beginning. Um, I'm pulling up with my intentions, like, yeah, let me start judging, you know, but my body ringing, and I didn't understand, you know, my body was ringing way before I met him. I told you a year before I met this man. And when I finally gave in, I was like, Lord, I'm not having no more children, or I'm not getting married to nobody unless he's the one, unless he's the true one you say for me. And all of a sudden, I was guided out of nowhere. And I felt the pull because I made space in my life. And once I cleared out my toxic energies around the toxic energies around me, and I finally submitted to my true self, I was guided right to him. A week later, I met him. Right after I submitted to the true self, you know. And it's just we met. I didn't see him eye to eye just yet, but his features, like it when I was a little girl. I'm just gonna tell you a little story real quick. When I was a little girl, I wonder, can y'all still hear me? This thing seems like it's refreshing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat. Make sure y'all hit. Mind you, me and him are like 9 years apart, and I pretty much manifested. Right. This is why, and this is how this shit works, y'all. I believe that when, when people sell their soul reincarnate. You know, because I I was born when he ended up selling his soul or selling out on his soul. Something had happened to him. Trauma happened. You know, some trauma happened to him where he ended up from there, like from 9 years old and over, and today he's been rejecting himself. You know, a little shit happened, little weirdo shit happened when he was young. So I understand. And then I was born, and I believe I came into another form, another body, and reincarnated. And they used me, and they used him to come together. So I mean, that's just by my experience. So when I was young, I was always guided. I remember because I was always guided to somebody. This guy, he he would always send me a picture of himself, and I didn't know who he was. I'm like, what is this? You know? And it became my type, right? I was only attracted to that kind of guy, and I'm sitting here like, what's going on here? Why am I attracted to this kind of guy? You know? And I didn't know. I knew like when I met my masculine, he was just older than what I expected him to be. That's it. But he was exactly how I thought he was. When I first met my masculine, he was exactly how I thought he was. But he was just he's older than what I expected him to be. So I had to really deal with that. I had to deal with the fact that he was like 9 years older than me. I'm like, well, damn, I want to meet somebody damn near my age. 4 years is fine, but nine, whoo, I was 20, I was 27 years old. He was like 36 or so, and it was real, y'all. Like the challenges was real. We definitely had some shit to overcome. So y'all know how men do. They move on and they, try to see what other options they got. But that's not the right thing to do because they're supposed to be working on themselves. And this is why it's important for y'all to work on yourselves. Because they're not going to accept you if they can't accept themselves. And that's gonna keep happening, you know? It's gonna keep happening that way. So when you see a masculine not accepting you, don't get mad. And don't go find some other options. Work on you. It's not that big of a deal to be cuddled up with somebody right now. Cuddle up with a blankie or some shit. Shit, that blankie giving you more love. Learn how to love the soul. Learn how to sense the spirit when it's present. Because y'all, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but these spirits can touch you. They have mastered the ability to do that. Some of them, like it's no different from like you got some ghost that's angry, jealous of you, and they'll push you, shove you, you know, or they'll mind fuck you and make you do other shit, right? Because you're just a body, right? If you're not one within yourself, they can do that. They'll get you to like a lot of masculines like do the biddings of these demons, right? But this is what the program does. The program gets you to submit your body to them. You're sacrificing. You're selling out on your soul. So you're ejecting your soul. A lot of masculines do that, and we feminists done that too. That's why we're waking up. We we don't realize like we think that we think this shit is a joke. They don't master the ability to get everybody to surrender to them, willfully surrender. All they got to do is put something that you like in front of you, and you'll be like, "Yep, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to live it." So you just embodied a spirit, and you opened the portal to yourself, to your consciousness that made something else jump in there. Now you got to battle with that. Everybody's going through it, no matter how old you are. Now you got to battle with the control of your being because they don't lowered your vibration. They don't lower the master's vibration. So this is why they can't see you. Karmic ain't got shit to do with it other than she's just another distraction to the masculine's mind. Just another program placed with to just another delusional program placed in front of him to keeping him docile in the mind. That's why I said don't be a product out there. Don't be going out there. So when my masculine don't want me, I'm gonna go and love another man. Or I'm gonna go and love another female. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not accepted. No, you are accepted. You just haven't mastered your illusion past the physical to know that you have been accepted already. You've been chosen already. Mind, body, and soul. Your masculine soul, your soul, y'all have to master the mind, body in order to be one with the soul. Or you have to master your bodies need to be aligned to, for the shit to really take off. Now, my issue in my case is my masculine doesn't have enough strength. He doesn't have enough control within his mind. He has not yet ejected this demonic parasite out of him. I told y'all we've been invaded a long time ago. We've been invaded a long time ago. And we've been fighting this battle forever. We've been invaded in our minds. Y'all looking for, like I told y'all looking for aliens. Y'all looking for validation. Y'all looking for something to show for you to know. If you know that the masculine soul loves you, validation, you will lose everything. It's like you would never know that the masculine is sold out in the soul unless you confide in his soul. You will never know that the masculine. You will never know we were being invaded if the masculine didn't tell you that they were invaded by mouth. You need somebody to validate this shit to you by mouth. Tell you what's going on when you know it already. You just you're just dealing with your parasite. You're dealing with your demons. So you gotta master that shit so you could be at oneness. If this parasite knows that they can't consume your body and you're healthy in the mind, you're whole within the mind, it will not thrive over you. And you become awakened because you will now identify the fact that other people are not awoke, you know, and not awakened. So real shit. Your master's not awakened. And that's why he can't see you. I'm trying to break details down because I got multiple different personalities on here, and I have to touch each personality the best way I can. So excuse me for jumping around. I like to jump around. I don't like to give little bits and pieces, little questionnaires and shit. I like to give everybody whatever comes to my consciousness, my spirit will just tell me to say out. So I like to help everybody because not everybody's on the same level. Not everybody's on the same level. You know, you got to see beyond the illusion in order to win. When you go to sleep tonight, before you go to bed tonight, either write it down or say it to yourself, you know, that you want to meet your partner. And they will show you who your partner is because you got to ask. See, these parasites know. These parasites know if they take the attention off of the main narrative of life, you will never know. If you don't ask the question, you will never know. If you don't say to yourself, I want to meet the love of my life, you don't listen, you will miss out. But they will tell you. So the illusion is to distract each and every single one of us. And that's just it. That's just it. So I hope that answered your questions, y'all. I did the best way. I did the best that I can. I'm sure I'm gonna tap into this topic again, which I don't have a problem with. I'll just flip it in a different way, but I'm gonna say the same thing. But don't hate them. What you're seeing is a zombie. Don't try to save them because they will never hear you, nor will they ever see you again. What you was showed is what you asked for. You asked for the universe to show you the love of your life, okay? And you was shown the love of your life. And you was also shown that they are not strong enough. And you were also shown, like, as you learn life, you learn what's going on between you and your healing, you will learn how to deal with others. Programming, y'all. People are stuck in the third dimension. You divine feminists who woke up, you're on the fourth dimension. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on the fourth dimension within this realm. Now you must learn how to master your fifth dimension. So that way when somebody come to you and they tell you a lie, you can see right through them. You want to know why? Because your soul can see right through them, and you and your soul will be one. You will not waste your time anymore, and you will get through life better when you think for yourself. So they're programmed, and it is what it is. You can't do anything about it but fix you. If the only way you can help them is if you fight that battle on the 4 and 5D. You can only communicate with them on a 4 and 5D. Okay? And then they will trickle down a little bit by little bit when they desire you again. Because they desired you once, they will desire you again. It has to hit them hard. All right? Something else is driving that body right now. Real shit. A lot of y'all will be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, Essence. Or something else is driving you, right? You know what autopilot is? Something else is driving, not the pilot. Something else. Something else is driving. You just don't know who it is. You just know it's not the consciousness of your master. He ain't driving that vehicle. He ain't driving that body. You're an autopilot. It's not your job to figure out what parasite is in him. You just need to know it's one in there. That's all your master wants you to do. So that way, when this parasite does rear its ugly little head, you know how to turn your back on him. My master do this shit all the time. He know he got a parasite in him. He don't know how to identify it because he's not one with himself. This parasite is blocking him from seeing his true self again. But he comes. He don't know why he comes. He have to learn on his own. Just like you learn on your own. This is why you're separated. Physically separated. Spiritually not. So all right. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. Peace and blessings to everybody. Love yourself. Respect others. You know, do the best you can to enlighten people. Don't scare them because you know a lot of people don't like to be woken up for their slumber. They have to willfully want to wake up physically. They have to willfully want to battle this intuition, like this, not intuition, um this parasite that's inside of them, fucking with their intuition, right? We are all like, you know, it's like puppeteering. Who is puppeteering you? Is it you puppeteering you or some other fucking bullshit that's puppeteering you? It's just that simple. All right. Love yourself. Peace.